Good evening and welcome to week 17 of Supreme. My name is Josh, aka the LuckyBotter, and I'm going live on the SwiftSole channel to take you through not only the setup guide, but also resale analysis and also predictions. But first and foremost, how did you guys do last week? Did you manage to secure yourself an Emilio Pucci box logo? I got a few. One was actually meant to be delivered today. It never came, but I think my UPS guy is just a bit on crud. However, there's also a couple more coming into my other addresses. I know a couple more have already been there. I wanted to wear one today, but I've got my Fear of God t-shirt on instead. Anyway, how did you guys do? No, unfortunately, it was hard. I tell you what was good about last week for me was that usually the EU is the guinea pig. So what will happen is Supreme will push something like click here if you want to add to cart or confirm. But what they did for the US was they added that spinning circle where basically to add to the cart, you had to hold onto a circle, let it load, then it'll add to the cart. It's very strange for Supreme to do that post the EU drop. That's usually what they'll do for EU. Then bots have a chance to push an update or do some changes so that it's ready for the US drop. So it looked like bots were able to hit EU more than it was able to hit US. Crazy, crazy time. Site was arse, I know, 100%. Nothing last week. Tried for box logos, yeah. I mean, as I said, I think I got 4 in total. 2 were for myself and 2 were for some people in Old Boys Botting Club. And again, it was a very hard drop, and even manual, it was so hard. Literally, you couldn't add to cart in the EU. And then processing, you just get loads of high traffic errors. So look, don't worry. I hit around 4, I believe. Well, I hit more, but 4 have been confirmed delivered. So, but I'll bring out a live cop this week. I do promise this weekend a live cop will come out. I know it's been a while because as someone's saying, Daddy Josh, of course, I have a daughter now. So that's kind of taken up all of my time. She's a bit selfish like that. But basically, I will bring out a live cop and you'll see how I've hit, etc., etc. I'm good, thank you. L's on the Poochie. A lot of people did, but I'm so happy. 2 of them were medium. So you know I am keeping them for personal. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on this week. So I'm going to bring up SwiftSole. Give me 1 second. Let's get out that other bot chat there. Give me a sec. There we go, we're in. All right, so as we know, this week is mainly the Vans with an M. Vans collaboration. Is it going to do well? I don't know. In honesty, I think they're quite clean. I like the lows. The highs never do that well, but the fact they're bringing out some lows, who knows? It may do okay. Now, bear in mind, price list has not been confirmed yet. As with most weeks, they are taking their time with price lists to come out. Usually Drops by Jay will release it, but it may not be until later on this evening for the EU, US guys, later on into your evening, that you're going to get a price list. So unfortunately, we don't know yet. Should I wait to make my tasks until after the EU drop? You don't necessarily have to. You can make the task straight away if you're in the US. So first and foremost, we thought this was going to drop last week, but then it was delayed. It's now been confirmed for this week, and that's the Sea-Doo jet ski. However, that's going to be F&F only. And not only that, it's going to be about 15k. So if you've got some big bucks, maybe go for it. But in all honesty, that will probably not drop. Or it may drop out of stock if it does go onto the website. All this stuff is usually F&F only, so Friends of Supreme, etc., etc. There are a few sunglasses dropping. In all honesty, I do believe that this is a personal piece. So if you like the sunglasses, go for it. It was very strange to see Emilio Pucci, everything sell out. Even that £1,000 silk smoking jacket. People are nuts. But even the sunglasses did sell out in the end as well. Not on their website, strangely, but on the Supreme one. A couple of sunglasses this week, but in all honesty, mainly for personal. I like the 5 Boroughs stuff. I've always liked the 5 Boroughs logo, and the 5 Boroughs is basically what you can see here. This is a towel. Will the towel do well? Towels don't necessarily do that good, but as a personal piece, beach season coming up, etc., some people might like it. It all depends on the retail. I can see it's going for more than $120, so I don't know. I don't think it's a cop, in all honesty. Another trash pair of sunglasses, some vests if you want. I mean, this mug, judging by the plate at like 3,000, this mug is probably $1,000. This is not going to resell. Look at the plate now on StockX. It's not going to resell. I do like this set, though. If this set was cheaper and it wasn't Royal Delft, because Royal Delft, which is a Netherlands brand, Dutch brand, really high quality ceramics, but if it wasn't that, then I may have gone for that. But I'm not paying $1,000 for a mug. It's probably 2k or something like that, in all honesty. No, thank you. Boxers, t-shirts, socks, another pair of sunglasses, no one cares. Gone Star Camp Cap. Some camp caps aren't doing too bad. So if we look at the Paisley camp caps, for instance, it's not actually that bad, and they do well. People do like the Gone Star stuff. Will this have resale? Caps in general are just not the best for resale, in all honesty. However, they are bringing out the bandana crusher. Crushers have been doing well on recent drops from week, say, 3 onwards and even 2. But there was some crushers that done very, very well. This might be a hit. And I've got in hand the pink, the black, and that beigey one in the Camp Cats. And they are really, really nice in hand, in all honesty. So I think that's a risky piece to go for, but I think it could be a sleeper. So maybe the crusher is something to go for. Go for the pink, the black, or that beige colorway. And there may be some resale. All right, don't blame me if it bricks. Patch denim vests. Do you know what? Denim vests can do well sometimes, especially in summer. However, I don't think the patches are that great. I just don't think it looks that good, so I would stay away from that. They also have some pants to go with the absolute monstrosities. The Beatles, absolutely not. And then, of course, we come on to the highlight of the week, or the collab of this week, and that is the Vans monogram S logo skate errors. As I said, they are going to be dropping in the highs, or I think they're called mids. I can't actually remember. They're going to be dropping in the mids and the lows. I really think the lows have some potential. If they drop this colorway, this beige, I'm actually going to go for a personal in that because it's the S logo, and I'm a real big fan of that S logo. I think they're a cool piece for summer. Good for going, I say holidays or whatever. They're very light pair. These are a very good silhouette. Will they have much resale? Potentially, yes. I think they will have some resale, but not a lot of it. Maybe similar to the Air Force Ones where you've got maybe a 10% markup or something like that. All depends entirely on how limited they are, but they're not going to be that big, in all honesty. It's not the biggest things. Can't pay 1k for a mug. You're a dad now. Pff, that's it, mate. You know what I'm saying. Then they've got the mids. The thing is with the mids are a full skate shoe. In other words, if you are a skater and you're really into Supreme brand, you will love those mids. And the color blocking and the design of them, they've done it really, really well rather than the S's all over it like the lows. Will they have resale? Some people say they will. I wouldn't go for them personally. I would personally go for some lows in men's sizing, and then I'd go for the crusher bandana. And that's about me for this week, in all honesty. Cargo water shorts, maybe. I do like the small box sweat shorts and the small box crew necks. I've always liked the small box logo. I've got a load of t-shirts on that. But they're not really resale pieces because they drop every single season. But if you're looking for some personals, there are some decent colorways there, like the cream, the grey, the black, etc. For some shorts, they're cool, but they will be a high price point. So I don't think they're going to have much resale. And then, of course, they've got the crew neck. I'm not mad at the patterny one or that blue type colorway. I don't know if I've got a picture here, but you can kind of see that pattern that I've kind of zoomed in on there. I do quite like that. If that was a t-shirt, I would have probably been tempted to go for that. But in a crew neck, it's not really for me. But crew necks are pretty clean, pretty easy to wear. But again, I think that's more of a personal piece. I don't think that's a resale piece. But again, look, this isn't really a big money-making week. That came last week with the box logos. They're doing all right, like 140 quid, something like that. So you're easily tripling your money. That's decent. I mean, back in the day, we would have seen that going for a lot more. But I think they're really nice. I'm keeping my two, in honesty, for personal. But this week, I think the two main items that you'd want to go for is the Vans, in some men's sizing, generally speaking, and also going for the crushers. Now, with Vans, especially the skates, the old schools, I think they're called the old school skates, can't remember. But generally speaking, actually just in the standard black and white colorway, half sizes can be quite hard to find. Does that mean that half size is the best to go for in that? Not really, but this is in the UK, by the way. If you go down into London, etc., they mainly have full size runs in most shops. There's only some shops that have the half size in. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why. But that might be something to think about. But yeah, that's about it, really. Supreme Vans before 2018. Yeah, the original Supreme Vans were much better, 100%. But now, you know, they've got to come up with different ways. They've got to come up with using different forms of their logo. So the S logo is the next one. I do like the S logo. And yes, Will, it is entirely coming home, son. Yes, it is. Sad that there's no Van Supreme shirts. Yeah, I would have thought a t-shirt would look really cool. I would have thought that even a long sleeve tee would have been unbelievable with Supreme Vans, but they're only bringing out the footwear. Generally speaking, your black colorway is definitely one of the biggest colorways to go for. And I would say this one, if this one does release, this beige colorway, I love that colorway. I think that would look really cool with some shorts, with some jeans or whatever. So I think they are your two main ones. Easy as that. So let me show you how you're going to be setting up your tasks. Very simply, we click on here and straight away quantity. Again, I say this week in and week out. It's 1 per person or 1 per profile. What we mean by a profile is that your name, your address, your email, your phone number, and your card details all have to be entirely different and entirely original. They cannot be copied across different profiles. Supreme will know if you're trying to use the same name, the same address, etc. So you have to have separate cards for each profile. If you've only got 2 bank cards, say a credit and a debit card, you can only go for 2 of the same item. Of course, you can use 1 credit card for different items, but if you want 2 pairs of Vans, you're going to need 2 cards. If you have 100 cards, you can go for 100 of them if you want. I don't recommend doing that, but you could go for 100 of them if you want. Now, then when it comes to addresses, you use something called a jig, and a jig basically means you change up that address enough so that Supreme thinks it's something different or their automated system, but UPS or whoever delivers yours will still deliver the item to your door. So for instance, if you live at 1 Bond Street, you might do 1 Band Street or 1 Bond with a double D ST dot instead of spelling out street, etc, etc. If you want some more info on that, do go into our guide or go into the Discord and ask away in there. And also your cook groups should be able to help with that. These Vans designed so trash. Do you know what? I quite like them. I like the S logo though. I think if you like the S logo, it's quite cool. From afar, it does look a bit, I don't know, chandelier-y or whatever. I think it looks a bit like fake Gucci in a sense, doesn't it, here and there? But no, I quite like the S logo. You know, I'm not mad at it personally. How about using PayPal? No, don't use PayPal. We don't recommend that. At the moment, it's not working too well. If you could, then yes, theoretically, you could use the same card because it's a different payment method on Supreme's end. But we don't recommend using PayPal. It is not working to its full or its best at the moment. So apologies for that. Now, size, you can go for a random size, or once we know the sizing and the way it's going to work, that should be inside of there. Color, black, red, and royal. Okay, so that answers my question. They're not dropping that colorway. Thank you, Supreme, you donuts. All right, so black, red, and royal are the only 3 colorways they're dropping. They're not dropping this one. I would have gone for that. Black is probably your best bet. Then your royal, then your red. Profile, again, we've gone through that. Different names, different bank cards, etc, etc. All right, capture. Now, if you've got premium, like myself, you have access to 2 types of capture modes. You have the harvester and you have AYCD. Now, I say this again week in, week out, but just in case there's some new people on the stream. Capture is basically something that on most websites, Google provide it, where basically it will ask you to solve a puzzle, where it will say, can you click on the fire hydrants? Now, what it's trying to do is ascertain whether you're a human or whether you're a bot, and it gives you those captures based on your trust score, and your trust score is linked to the Google account that you're running with. Or if you was on the website, your Google Chrome window will have a Google account associated to it. So if you've got a good Google account where you watch videos, YouTube, obviously my YouTube, LuckyBotter, come on, and this stream, and then also you shop, you look at images, you go on Twitter, you do some work, whatever it is, and you use that profile, Google will know that you're a human, and this is called farming or training Gmails, which you can actually do with some software, and I'll explain the software in a second. But it won't give you a capture. It will give you something called an invisible one-click, which means when you get to checkout, it won't ask you to do a puzzle, and it'll allow you to check out straight away. So let's say me and someone over there, we're both botting. I have a one-click. He or she doesn't. I'll go straight through to checkout while they have got to fill out or they've got to solve some mystery pictures. That is adding seconds to their checkout, whereas I'm checking that pair out straight away. That means that I'm quicker, therefore I am more likely to get the stock. They're more likely to go out of stock by the time they try to pay. So the aim of the game is to try and have good Gmail accounts that you surf the net with, and that gives you one-clicks. So what you can do inside of SwiftSole, and I'll show you it on the main screen, is once you've created your task, you can log into a Gmail, which will then allow you to try and get those one-clicks. Now, for every good Gmail trusted score you've got, and you can test this, go on Google and type in test my capture score or something like that. My V2 score is what it's called, V2 score. If you've got a 0.9, generally speaking, you have around 5 to 10 one-clicks. So 5 to 10 tasks can try and go to checkout without you doing captures. After a while, the trust score goes down just for that split second, and you have to start doing captures. Now, that's if you've got one account. If you're like me and you have about 10 accounts, what you can do is purchase this software known as AYCD, which is automated software. So automation you can't detect is what AYCD stands for. Can't believe I know that. Anyway, what you do is you load in all your Gmails into that software. You then put a code from that into your settings inside of SwiftSole, and that will push all the one-clicks to SwiftSole. So if I've got 10 Gmails that I've got in there that have all got one-clicks, I have about 100 one-clicks. I don't have to worry about solving captchas. You can only use that software if you are a premium member, and not only that, because it is an external software, you'd have to pay for it. It's around $25 a month, but it's not only SwiftSole it works on. There's a lot of bots that you can use it for, and a lot of websites as well. It's not just for Supreme. So I use it for Foot Locker, I use it for Yeezy Supply when I go for that, and I use it for Supreme. They're the three main ones you use them for. Now, if you want some information on how to set that up and all the details, go down below in the description, and we've got a whole guide on AYCD. Not only that, go into our Discord, ask us away. We've got some great support guys in there, and they can help you out. This week would be a good week to test it if you want to try it. This week's a good week to try. Okay, simple. Could I do like apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3? Yes, you can. Good idea. So Ben, you can do that. You can just do apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3. I do that a lot. I copped a box logo with PayPal manually. I was lucky. Well done, Anthony. You were very lucky, sir. Very, very lucky. Task mode, you got two modes. You got drop mode and you got restock mode. They go through different checkout flows. On the initial, go for drop mode. Around 20 minutes into it, if you haven't hit yet, you may want to stop your task, change it to restock. It will change the checkout flow, and it will go on to restock mode. So start with drop mode, 20 minutes in, then go to restock mode. PayPal checkout, I've mentioned it already. Do not turn that on yet. PayPal, generally speaking, is not working too well on SwiftSole, but it will in future. So this is how I would go for it. Start time, you can put a timer and a custom. I always do it manual. The reason being is because then I can control it. I start it, I know it's started, etc. So I'd save that task if I was ready to go. Now I'm going to add in something else. So let's just add in something random. We'll do these. These are trash, but I'll add them in. There we go. So we have now got in our task list 2 things that I might want to go for. Now, because it's a bit of a brick week, what I might do is try and go for a multi-cart. And again, if you have got premium, which is around $4 a month, and by the way, that stops when the season's over, so you won't always get that charge. What I might do is go for a multi-cart. So the way that I do that is I go to plus, click on the multi-cart item, and what I'm able to do is just drag. I could never do this first time. Come on. First time. I drag, and now that's in one cart. So that means what SwiftSole will do is add them both to the same cart, then check them out. So it means that I can save on shipping. Now, bear in mind, it slows you down and it slows down the checkout flow. So if I've got a very hyped item in there, so for instance, last week, you wouldn't do this on Emilio Pucci because it would have gone out of stock by the time you get to checkout. But on this week, you might want to do it, save yourself some postage. It's basically some more profit if you've got some buyers for this week. So now what it will do is it will try and check it out together. The only thing that I do next is I go to add a Gmail. Now, adding a Gmail, again, will give you that trusted capture score, but you don't need to do that if you have AYCD in the background. Simple. If I don't have AYCD, I'll add my Gmail by pressing that button, and then I'll click on Harvester. That Harvester will bring up captures if and when you get given one, and you can just solve it on your phone. And actually, it's quicker to solve on your phone than it is a mouse, because a mouse, you've got to move it around. Here, I can just tap it on my phone. So that's one benefit of using the iOS device. Simple as that. Just trying to think what else to do. You might want to clear your Gmails if you don't know which one it is. You can start all tasks when you're ready, and then it will try and find the item, and of course, it's not going to do it. And as you can see, it's multi-cart, so it's going to go for that one, then that one below, ready to go. So I'm just going to stop that. Very simple. Oh, stop it, please. And then, of course, in the settings, you've got things like delays. You've got some other items as well, like your Discord settings where you can push a webhook. Delays, we recommend not touching. Allow SwiftSole to set those delays. They know what's going on with Supreme. They know the best delays to use, so I'd leave that to them. And also, you might want to go for compact view if you are a premium person. But we've also got all the guides in there as well. So if I go into settings and we go down, you can see we've got the SwiftSole guides. We've got the Discord, so make sure you do join that. And if you want, add in a Discord webhook, which means when you check out, it will push an alert to a Discord server that you've created to say that you have checked out. Resale value, in all honesty, I'm trying to say your name. Hyde, don't know your name. Hyde 10, there we go. In all honesty, it's pretty low this week. We don't know the retails yet, so it's very hard to come up with exactly what the resale is. Retails will come up later from Drops by Jay, so keep an eye on them. And then, of course, once we've got that, we will push that straight away to the app, ready for you guys so you can create your tasks. Start your task 1 minute before, keep on drop mode for 20 minutes, then after that, go into restock mode. Simple as that. Don't forget as well, Air Force Ones generally restock straight after on a Friday. Sometimes it's a Monday, sometimes it's a Tuesday. So you might just want to get ready for it. If you've been testing out the alert system, SwiftSole has been sending alerts when things restock. So the Emilio Pucci restock the next day on the Friday. They sent out a load of alerts and some people copped from that. So put that on, go into settings, put on your alerts and for your region. And when Air Force Ones restock, they'll ping you for that as well. It's very, very simple. Cool. So look, this week, as I said, main things to really go for would be the low vans, in my opinion, in the black colorway. Maybe some okay resale, some lunch money, but not that much. And then the sleeper item of the week for me is probably the bandana crusher, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did brick. Crushers did well at the beginning of the season. I don't know if they're doing well right now as we speak. Cool. All right, so listen, guys, we have got some more collabs coming up in the coming weeks. There will be some more heat coming, so bear with us for that and keep your eyes peeled. Wait on Drops by Jay and also SwiftSole Twitter. And you know I'm going to be here every week. Whether it's a brick, whether it's hyped, I'm here to help you through it so that we can start losing money on certain weeks. But look, this week isn't the worst of the worst. There will be some stuff to go for potentially, especially if you've got buyers and people going for it. Resale value of the vans. People don't listen. People don't listen. They don't listen to what I say. We don't know the retails yet. In all honesty, it's maybe a 10% markup at best. They may brick. It's not guaranteed that they will have resale. Up to you if you want to risk it and go for it. I think they're quite nice, but not many people like them in all honesty. Maybe an Air Force One type vibe where you can get 20 to 30 on top. But who knows? Don't worry, Sick. I'm only joking with your son. Yeah, it's okay. You can join late. Any news on the desktop mode? Not yet. It is coming. It is inside of development. Do not worry. That is coming very, very soon. And yeah, Sick, in all honesty, it seems to be a bit of a down week after Emilio last week. So I don't know. Go for it at your own risk. Go for some half sizing, in my opinion. Maybe the black, maybe the blue. I wouldn't go for the red personally. But who knows? There's been some pieces this season that have skyrocketed in value that you would never have thought. Has anyone seen that? I forgot what it's called. It's like the Buddha jacket. It's like a cargo type jacket. It's gone for crazy money now for whatever reason. I have no idea why. Thank you, Sick. Send me a BOGO my way if we beat you Friday. If we beat you Friday. No way. Are you crazy? Get out of here, son. Anyway, listen, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Do run it. Do see how you get on. If you do hit, do at me inside of the Discord in SwiftSole, and I will be there to basically see exactly what's going on and who bricks the market this week. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, be lucky.